Oh, hello. What's your name?
My name is Leo
Where are you from?
from China, actually.
I got this question right here. So, can you give me top three country in Asia that will have the highest job opportunity for you?
The first of all, I would say China because China is a really big country and it's also the second economic country in the world. But
Yeah.
it depends on what industry are you in. If you are in something like manufacturing, internet, everything, to China will be, I think, the first. Even finance. The second one will be from now, I think, could be Vietnam. Actually, I'm not working for any country. I'm doing my own business. So these trips are also seeking the business opportunity. Yeah, if you want to have some startup business, I think Vietnam, first of all, is population is huge. It's about 100 million. So, and there's a huge, big market and it's growing rapidly.
Very high.
Yeah, rapidly. The third, I think, might be also like Singapore. Because why I put Singapore to the third, because Singapore relatively smaller in population or both in the land size is smaller. But Singapore has highest salary, I think. But I have no idea about job market in Singapore. But I have friends work in Singapore and they got a really high pay in Singapore. Actually, Singapore is attracting the best people globally from all over the world. They can come to Singapore, and also the immigration threshold in Singapore is the highest, even higher than the Western country. Singapore has the highest threshold.
How about China? That you mentioned China there.
China has suffered a kind of slump. It's not very good in a very poor situation because industry changing and actually many people lost their job.
So for now, the rating would be Singapore, Vietnam, and China.
Because I'm Chinese, I will put China at the first opportunity, and then I think in terms of business perspective, Vietnam will be attracting many capital to here to invest here, to start up a company, to do business here. That's why I put Vietnam to the second. And Singapore, this year Singapore is the most wealthy country in the world. So the job opportunity is actually, I think, the best in Asia country.
Thank you for your answer, man.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Oh, hey sir, what's your name?
Abhinav Sharma.
Where are you from?
I'm from India.
Have you been around the whole Asia a lot?
A lot, actually.
So can you give me top three country in Asia that have the highest job opportunity for you?
It depends on what kind of job. And for me, if it is IT job, then I will say three countries will be, number one will be Vietnam. Second would be Thailand. Third, I will say India, because India is already well established in IT. Number one, Vietnam, just because Vietnam is one of the world's most, fastest growing economy in the world. And if you see the potential IT market here, potential market is like mostly in IT, it's going very high. So mostly, if I say this thing, in IT, mostly there are jobs here related to .NET, front end, back end, basically. I'm not going to details. So if I talk about the job opportunity, mostly the jobs are related to here, but now the skills are expanding, the projects are expanding here. So people are hiring from here globally. So the IT sector is also growing here at a very high rate. So that's why I kept it number one. And one of second reason I will say Vietnam will be, this is one of the most affordable place in the world to live for expat. Yeah, so this is number one. Most affordable. Like affordable means like for expats, for me to live here in any country will be like, it should be cheap. We can live peacefully and with a lot of things here. For me, for an expat to live here, I can save a lot of money here.
So market in Vietnam are huge potential, very huge right now.
Yeah, correct.
Could be even bigger than Thailand.
Already bigger than Thailand, I will say.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I had already been to Thailand, and like I said, Vietnam is number one country for expats to work in. They can afford it. As compared to Thailand, I think Thailand compared to Vietnam is a bit expensive, I will say.
Yeah.
So that's the reason people are intending to shift at the places where they can earn a lot of money, they can save a lot of money, and the accommodation, the food, the transportation, and everything is cheap here. So why would now expat won't shift here? Surely, right?
Thank you for your answer. It's very great throughout answer. Can you give me three Asia countries that have the highest job opportunity for you?
Vietnam, Indonesia, Thailand. I think Vietnam's got real growth here. I think the people are great. I think it's a real family opportunity. I think there's tourists are going to grow here. I think Indonesia's had its time. I think it's on the downhill. And I think a little bit the same with Thailand. I just think Vietnam is at the top of the tree at the moment, or coming up. It's on the ascent. It's on the rise.
I thought that Vietnam have a really low GDP right now. How do you tell that Vietnam got a best opportunity?
Because I think we've got a lot of big industry coming in here, and I think tourism is going to be huge here. And it is now, but it's going to get bigger.
It is now.
And I think you're just going to grow that sector big time. You know, you've got everything here. Great country.
How about Thailand and Indonesia?
Different culture about them, I feel. They just don't, for the tourists, yeah, it's a different tourist experience. You've got everything here. You've got great beaches, and you're still clean and tidy.
Yeah.
You really need to get your plastic stuff under control, your plastic recycling done, and you'll have a hands down over Thailand and Indo. I think, and you've got great green spaces, you've got great nature, you've got beautiful landscape. I think it's all here, and people will discover that. I think Indonesia's got real problems with its plastic recycling. That's going to put a lot of people off. They don't recycle their plastics well. It's getting really dirty, unfortunately. So yeah. But Vietnam seems to have all that under control.
Take care, sir.
Thank you.
Wait. Hey, sir, what's your name?
My name is Hassan.
Mohammed.
You guys from Saudi Arabia?
No,
Tunisia.
Tunisia.
Can you give me 3 countries in Asia that will have the highest job opportunity for you?
For me, I think it's Thailand, the first one. Second one, it's Vietnam. And third one, it's Malaysia.
Why you mentioned Malaysia in the first one?
For Malaysia, what I see, it's like say, it's more comfortable, even if you're working in the streets. So there is a lot of things that makes you more comfortable. Even this here in Vietnam, I think there is a lot of opportunity that I see. I see that is a lot of opportunities here. It depends because we have a lot of numbers of people. So if you have number and forgiven from abroad that is coming here, so for sure 100% there is a lot of opportunities, especially for job, your team.
For business here, Vietnam, you have many opportunities for business, like you shoes wear or mechanic pieces or anything. It's now in world like Vietnam. It's have good quality and a good price like that.
Yeah, I heard that the GDP in Vietnam is quite low right now. The average income is quite low.
Yeah, that's why. This is how you get, let's say, production and have, let's say, concurrence. Yeah. The concurrence, it depends on the product, let's say, and the
product and the price, quality of the product and the price.
Yeah, the manufacturing price. It's really important to have a good price at first to sell, and later the second sell have a good marge to do.
So if you can work in Vietnam, like what is your expectation? Like what kind of job you expect to work in Vietnam?
It depends. So for me, it's for the standard. You don't have a lot of money and you want to install in Vietnam and do something. So for sure, it's food. It's really, there is immense number of people say is working, always eating. So there is no problem. I think it's eating. And also, as I told you in the beginning, if you have a lot of numbers of people, and also there is have forgiven people is coming from outside. So every project, if you concentrate 100%, you will get a good income.
I see.
Yeah.
What about you?
In Vietnam, maybe work, like I say, my friend, in food, and come and have a restaurant like Tunisian food. Because here you have many people, come, many nationality. You have opportunity to sell for every person. I know the person in Vietnam like to eat spicy thing because in Tunisia, like 90% of my food is spicy.
Spicy, yeah.
How is the income you expect when you work in Vietnam?
The profit depends the nature of the job you do. And the project you invest in here. Maybe you have project, you have 10,000, maybe 15.
If we can clear, if I get in the high-tech and internet project or something like that, I can, let's say, 100 kilo per month or per day. It depends because I have a lot of money in the internet and applications and so on. But if we are investing on eating or something, let's say 10K dollars and so on. It depends on the project, but at minimum, if you have project, you need to have 5Ks in minimum. That's what I think.
I see.
5K dollar.
What's your name?
I'm Wyatt Thompson. I'm from Canada.
So can you give me a top 5 Asian income?
I'm gonna go China. Most manufacturing, pretty simple on that. Japan 2, Singapore 3, Korea 4, Vietnam 5.
Oh, so what about personal income, average per month?
I'm going Japan 1 on that.
Japan 1.
Yeah, I feel like China has a lot of cheap labor, so I'm gonna rank them lower. I'm going Japan. I feel like Korea. I feel like Korea pays their people well. I know Vietnam pays their people pretty well. I'll go China. Can I throw Singapore at 1 then? And I'm gonna throw Singapore at 1. There's a lot of finance there, so I'm gonna throw that at 1. Yeah, I'm not doing this in order very well.
That's all right. Number 1 is
I'm going Singapore, Japan,
Japan,
Korea, Vietnam, China for that. Yeah.
Vietnam and China.
Yeah.
Wait, That's curious me. Why China at the bottom and Vietnam at the
They just seem like they have I feel like I will represent a couple of factories in China. They don't seem like they pay their people well. So my business is I act as like the Canadian sales force for foreign manufacturing companies. Usually from Asia, it's patio furniture, gazebos, kind of outdoor product.
And how do you, like, based on that, how do you rating the Vietnam first and then the China?
Just from what I've heard, the labor rates are better in Vietnam than China. So that's what I'm basing that off of.
Labor rates?
Yeah.
You guys from?
From Poland.
If you had to pick a country to work here, you give me like top 3 Asia country that have the highest job opportunity for you.
I don't know. Actually, we are first time in Asia, so Vietnam is the only country we've seen. I would say probably maybe Thailand.
Thailand for number 3.
Vietnam and Japan.
Vietnam and Japan.
Yeah, I know. In Thailand, there are a lot of people who works remotely, and it would be possible, as well as in Vietnam.
Yeah.
And Japan, I work in finances, in audit, so probably there is like a sector, like the southern Eastern Asia is probably cheaper to live. Probably Vietnam is the cheapest. The cost of living are the lowest. Japan is the highest cost of living.
Yeah, exactly.